Donald Trump just finished speaking in Mosinee, Wisconsin, may be the strangest, weirdest, unhinged, most glitch-filled speech he's given yet. Here he is talking about his major platform, Hannibal Lecter. Play this clip.
Mentioned that. They're wise guys back there, just wise guys. They say he rambled and started talking about Hannibal Lecter. What does that have to do? That's a representative of people that are coming into our country. Dr. Hannibal Lecter, he will have you for dinner. You know that? He will have you for dinner.
Then he goes on to say that many people say that he's worse than Al Capone, the late Al Capone. Play this clip.
You would form the foundation of a building someplace in Wisconsin. Now, Alphonse Capone led a very vicious, violent life, but according to the statistics, I am a much worse person than Alphonse Capone. I don't think.
Then he goes on to say that he and J.D. Vance are not weird people. Play this clip.
And he's a whack job. You know, they have a standard phrase that J.D., who's very solid, and I happen to be very solid. I have other problems, perhaps, but I'm a very solid person. But J.D.'s solid, I'm solid. They said this was just a soundbite. They gave it to all the fake news. The fake news, they're weird. No, he's weird. He is really weird. This guy. Can you imagine? I'm weird. It's just, you know, they do soundbites. And they gave one the other day, manufactured, the vote was manufactured. It's not a term that's used politically. Every network headed up something about the vote was manufactured. They follow the lead of these people, but we've got the lead. You know what?
Then Donald Trump comes up with a dastardly lie saying that kids are going to schools, they're getting taken hostage, and then gender reconstruction surgeries being performed on Jimmy, and then Jimmy's coming back home a different gender. Play this clip.
Can you imagine you're a parent and your son leaves the house and you say, Jimmy, I love you so much. Go have a good day in school. And your son comes back with a brutal operation. Can you even imagine this? What the hell is wrong with our country?
I mean, this is the most unhinged thing imaginable. Corporate media will try to sane wash this. Donald Trump then says we're going to be a tariff nation and it's not going to cost you anything. It's going to be a big, beautiful tariff nation. The guy just lies about everything. Here, play this clip.
We're going to be a tariff nation. It's not going to be a cost to you. It's going to be a cost to another country. I heard Kamala the other day, Comrade Kamala. She said, oh, if you do that, he's raising your taxes. No. I'm not raising your taxes. I'm raising China and all of these countries in Asia and all over the world, including the European Union, by the way, which is one of the most egregious. They don't take.
By the way, Goldman Sachs recently did a report saying what a disaster the economy would be under Donald Trump versus how good things would be under Vice President Kamala Harris. Yes. Goldman Sachs. Then Donald Trump talks about the fake news is the threat. They're the threat. And then he struggles to say, hi, Brian, or something. Play this clip.
They've taken away your free speech, and the fake news is a threat to this country. They are just horrible. These are horrible people. Not everyone. I mean, I know most of them up there. Some are good. Hello, Brian. No, some are good, and most of them are just absolutely terrible human.
I don't even know what he's talking about here, but he says he wants to modify the 25th Amendment to impeach the vice president. Play the clip.
Terrible. And finally, I will support modifying the 25th Amendment to make clear that if a vice president lies or engages in a conspiracy to cover up the incapacity of the president of the United States, if you do that with a cover-up of the President of the United States, it's grounds for impeachment immediately and removal from office, because that's what they did.
Donald Trump then lies and says there won't be Israel if he's not elected. Play this clip.
Prevent World War III, and I'm the only one that can do it. I will prevent World War III. And if I don't win this election, Israel, with Comrade Kamala Harris at the helm of the United States, is doomed. Israel is doomed. That's a tough statement. Israel will be gone. 1 year, 2 years, Israel will no longer exist. I better win. I better win. Or
Donald Trump then says there won't be more elections if he's not elected. Play this clip.
I better win. I better win, or you're going to have problems like we've never had. We may have no country left. It may be our last election. You want to know the truth? People have said that. This may be our last election. You got to get out and vote. This could be our...
Donald Trump then talks about how notice how he uses the word I built planes. I bought F-35s. He considers himself the nation. You're not. This is about we the people. You want to be dictator? Play this clip.
Build a plane, the F-35 fighter jet. I bought a lot of them for countries all over the world, actually, but I bought a lot of them. We have parts made in all different countries, and then they're assembled here. We want to make the parts here. Well,
and by the way, I also think that parents are much more worried about their kids getting shot to death at school than they are about whatever the hell Donald Trump is making up. By the way, here Donald Trump is talking about the Second Amendment while he's standing in front of bulletproof glass outside. Here, play this clip.
We will defend the Second Amendment, restore free speech, and we will secure our elections once and for all.
Donald Trump then can't remember the name of Governor Doug Burgum, so he's like, there's this governor somewhere named something. Here, play this clip.
It's incredible, and Tim Scott was incredible, and you have a governor in a certain place that has a lot of oil. You know who I'm talking about. How good was he? And you have just great places and great people. And I got to know so many. I picked JD, and I could have picked anyone. They would have been great.
Donald Trump then lies about the unemployment rate. He claims it's 7.9%. It's actually 4.2%. It was the highest when Donald Trump was in office, but the whole speech is just filled with lie after lie. Play this clip.
We want everything. The real unemployment rate rose to 7.9% in August. Did you know that? 7.9%.
Donald Trump can't say the word tampon. Play the clip.
Her running mate, Tampon Tim.
Donald Trump says that J.D. Vance is a conservative, but he's like all of us. In other words, they're not conservative. Play this clip.
But he's a brilliant guy, and the press went after him for about the first week, and then they gave up because he has the answers. He's really, he's conservative, but he really is like all of us. We're all sort of conservative, but what we really are is we have common sense, right?
Donald Trump says that migrants are coming for black jobs and Hispanic jobs. Play the clip.
I will tell you this. The black population and the Hispanic population are being decimated by these people coming in unchecked, unbalanced. They're coming in and they're taking the black population and the Hispanic population jobs. And next is going to be unions. You watch the unions suffer.
Donald Trump then lies and claims that migrant crime is at levels never thought imaginable, and that even people right there in Wisconsin are not safe right now. Play this clip.
Migrants in crime are here in our country at levels never thought possible before, never even thought possible. You're not safe even sitting here, to be honest with you. I'm the only one that's going to get it done. Everybody's saying that. I'm starting to believe it myself, but they're saying the only one that's going to get it done. And I will tell you, I'm going to get it done. And so go out and do that protest. If you're Maine, if you're in Illinois, if you're in any state, because you're being overrun by criminals.
Donald Trump then perpetuates a lie. I did this video on this as well about how all of Colorado is being taken over hostage by Venezuelan gangs. And this was a lie spread by Trump and MAGA about Aurora, Colorado. And the Aurora chief of police is like, yeah, this is not happening. There was apparently some landlord with terrible conditions of the buildings who got into a fight with the tenants. And then there was this big conspiracy that there was all of these migrant gangs that have taken over this building. And then the press went to the building and like none of that was happening. And then the residents were like, what are you talking about? Like, stop lying about us. Play this clip.
In Aurora, Colorado, entire apartment complexes are being taken over by armed Venezuela gangs with weapons, the likes of which even the military doesn't see. They're terrorizing residents and they're just menacing the whole state. But they are menacing that community and the people.
Donald Trump talking about the Venezuelan gangs again. Play this clip.
So if I don't win Colorado, it will be taken over by migrants and the governor will be sent fleeing, because the people of Colorado should really do something that would be a classic. They should do a major protest vote in favor of Trump to reject the threat to democracy that they caused by an attempt at ballot removal. And
here Donald Trump is saying that what's needed is much more prayers. And he again lies and says they're going to get rid of prayers. By the way, President Biden's is in the presidency right now. And unlike you, President Biden actually goes to church. I don't care if you're religious or not, but Donald Trump knows nothing about any type of values relating to religion or ethics in general. Here, play this clip.
Everyone say a prayer!
Yeah, say a prayer. Yeah, say a prayer. We need more prayers in this nation, I can tell you right now. That's the other thing. They want to shut down your religion. And they've done a pretty good job of it, to be honest with you.
Donald Trump then struggles trying to say he wants to abolish the Department of Education. Play the clip.
Ultimately, we'll limit, and you know what we're doing here. I say it all the time. I'm dying to get back to do this. We will ultimately eliminate the Federal Department of Education. And
Donald Trump says that the January 6th committee has destroyed all of the records, which again is false. You can Google the January 6th committee records, but this is, he goes, the unselect committee has destroyed everything. No, they didn't. The MAGA Republicans took it off the congressional website. It's now on an archive, but it's all there publicly. The hearings happened in public. You can Google the January 6th files and get them right now, but play the clip.
they want to take, hey, how about the J6 committee? So the J6 committee of political thugs and losers gets together and they investigate J6 for years, destroyed the lives of many people. And now it was revealed fairly recently that they destroyed and deleted all documents, all evidence, all proof. They don't have anything. You know why? Because a lot of it pointed to Nancy Pelosi. It was her fault because she's supposed to be in charge of security, and she turned down thousands of soldiers or National Guard. She turned them down, and it was so obvious. And all of the stories, many of those stories were fake stories. They were all made up. And we caught them because the Secret Service, frankly, said that stuff wasn't true. They deleted and destroyed documents. Now, I think that's a criminal act. Isn't it a criminal act? What the hell happened? When is something going to happen? How come it always happens to a Republican, but doesn't happen to them? They deleted and destroyed every ounce of documents and evidence that they did over a year and a half because it came out badly for them, and they should pay a big price for that. They should pay a big price.
Donald Trump, then clearly worried about the debate, says when he beats her, people will still say Trump had a humiliating defeat. Play this clip.
You know, if I destroy her in the debate, they'll say Trump suffered a humiliating defeat tonight, no matter what.
He says something about draining the government education swamp. Play this clip.
Fifth, we will drain the government education swamp and stop the abuse of your taxpayer dollars to indoctrinate America's youth with all sorts of things that you don't want to have our youth hearing.
Can't say the name Elon Musk. Play it.
Boeing had a little, I shouldn't say there's a beautiful Boeing plane there, but Boeing had a little hard time, as you heard. So they're going to save, Leon's going to send up a rocket. He looks forward to it. That's all he thinks about is things like that.
Then he talks about Vladimir Putin endorsing Vice President Kamala Harris and that he was offended by that. Play this clip.
I knew Putin. I knew him well. And, you know, he endorsed, I don't know if you saw the other day, he endorsed Kamala. He endorsed Kamala. I was very offended by that. I wonder why he endorsed Kamala. No, he's a chess player. He endorsed Kamala. Should I be Congressman? Should I be upset about that? No? Huh? Was it done with a smile, Ron? Was it done with a smile? I think it was done maybe with a smile. I don't know. Who the hell knows? Nobody's going to figure it out. They're about 19 steps ahead of us. But this whole Russia thing, nobody was tougher on Russia in history than Trump. And the person that knows that better than anyone is President Vladimir Putin. He knows it better than anyone. And
then in a very serious issue that's confronting our nation now, Russian interference with the 2024 election, as Russia is using a right-wing media front groups to peddle lies like Tenet Media that we saw in this indictment that was issued. Donald Trump's like, here they go again, Russia, Russia, Russia. Here, play this clip.
3 days ago, it started again. The Justice Department said, Russia may be involved in our elections again. You see that, Mr. Congressman? Great congressman from Texas. You see that? Russia. It's Russia. And you know, the whole world laughed at him this time. 2.5 years. Not a phone call made to Russia, not anything to do with Russia, except stopping their pipeline and lots of other things that these people approved. And they said just the other day, the Attorney General, we are looking at Russia. And I said, oh, no, it's Russia, Russia, Russia all over again. But they don't look at China and they don't look at Iran. They look at Russia. I don't know what it is with poor Russia. This very, but you know what? Russia would have never happened if I were president. Attacking Ukraine would have never.
There you have it, folks. That's Donald Trump's speech in Wisconsin. We don't sane wash that here on the MeidasTouch Network. We show it to you. We call it out for what it is. It's filth. It's disgusting. It's filled with lies. He is a ranting, raving lunatic, but come to that conclusion on your own. When I watch those clips, that's the only conclusion I'm left with. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Meidas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.